Welcome to NFL Week 4, or as I like to call it, Nut Cutting Week. It's the time when all the teams that are undefeated act like they've already won the Super Bowl, and all the teams that haven't won a game are starting to do draft math. It's exciting. And of course, as we all know, the only undefeated team that we know is going to be in the Super Bowl is the Patriots. Guaranteed. Pretty sure they're going to be in the Super Bowl, guys. Again, the Patriots. Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. You heard of them? If you're the 3-0 Lions, do you really think you have a shot? Do ya? Do ya? Giants at Redskins. There are a lot of reasons to hate the Redskins. Their owner, their team name, their field conditions, which are dog most of the time. You're basically playing in sand November to December, or January if they happen to make the playoffs, which is not often. And of course, the biggest reason to hate the Redskins, their total incompetence and general lack of attention to detail. This guy gets it. The Redskins are a landfill for players who are well past their prime, never had a prime, or have been banished from the rest of the league due to off-the-field issues. That's where we store them. Just like all those Atari games that they buried out in New Mexico. Only, in this case, it's players who whip their kids and hit people drunk driving or hit their wives not drunk driving. And that's why Dwayne Haskins needs to thank his lucky stars he has not been asked to take the field yet. Trust me, Dwayne, you do not want to take part in this. This has ruined so many good quarterbacks' careers. Jason Campbell was a rising star at one point, and then the Redskins drafted him. RG3 was well on his way to being an MVP candidate someday until the Redskins drafted him. Joe Gibbs is probably the greatest coach of all time, but nobody gives a shit because, you know, Redskins. It's one of the reasons I'm so happy that Vegas is not taking Daniel Jones seriously yet. This line is great. Take the Giants and the soldier of righteousness that is Daniel Jones. He is out to defeat the forces of evil. Players, franchises alike. Take the Giants to cover by so many points, and they might score 49 on their own. Take the over. Definitely take the over. Not only will they score a lot of points because the Redskins are terrible, but so is their defense. So 49, not a problem in this game. Titans at Falcons. While the rest of the nation is waiting for the Jamarcus Mariota experiment to mercifully end, the Titans are still pushing that turd uphill like a Sisyphus that smells like barbecue and chewing tobacco. Derrick Henry, however, does give the Titans a very good running back that they can continue to pummel the already hurt Atlanta Falcons defense with. So they will score some points in Atlanta. Now the Falcons did beat the Eagles a couple of weeks ago. That was at the time allegedly a good win, but Philly was supposed to be good. They're not. And the city of Philadelphia has not been taking it well.
I was greeted with smoke. I ran back downstairs. By that time, the ladder truck was pulling up, and ironically, one of my old co-workers took the ladder off the truck, raised it up, and was assisting people down. My man just started throwing babies out the window. Wow. We was catching them.
First of all, I would just like to say kudos to this guy. This guy's amazing. Catching babies, being thrown out of windows, a burning building. This man is a superhero. Continue, please.
And was assisting people down. My man just started throwing babies out the window. We was catching them. Unlike Aguilar and his mishaps, I like to put that out there.
Oh! Look, Philadelphia, you used to give guys walking off the street contracts all the time. I'm pretty sure this guy should be playing wide receiver for you right now. If he's catching babies flying out of burning buildings, I'm pretty sure he can catch a football. Look, the Falcons are always a good team on paper, and they're picked to win a lot of games. Matt Ryan's a very good quarterback. They are riddled with injuries, but I have to say, they never quite do the thing that you want them to do. They never quite are the thing that they need to be to fulfill expectations. So, don't take the Falcons in this game. I will say take the Titans and the under. I will take the team with a giant blue ox for a running back and the head coach who has 4 testicles due to an over-exuberant testosterone level. Yeah, ageless male. You want to know where all that testosterone comes from? They just milked Mike Vrabel's nutsack. Seahawks at Cardinals. The Cardinals probably look at the Seahawks and think, wow, That's probably going to be us someday. Look, we got a great looking head coach who used to coach in college, kind of an up and comer. Also, we've got a young quarterback who was undersized and kind of overlooked. The only difference here is that the Seahawks are good. Turns out looking a certain way and being a certain way are two different things. The Cardinals are huge underdogs at home, but don't forget they did tie the mighty, mighty Lions, who are undefeated. Undefeated Lions. Don't forget, Detroit is undefeated. And I will continue to remind people of that despite the fact that no one seems to give a shit. Could they tie the Seahawks as well? Anything is possible. It's not going to happen, but it's possible. Take the Seahawks in this game over and over and over again. And take the over, because pretty sure that defense is just a myth at this point in the NFL. Jags at Broncos. There comes a time in every franchise's existence where they start to genuinely question their own mortality. Welcome to Denver, the world of suck.
Trying to get it right. Right now it's in 0-3. Living in a world of suck. So, football is still fun, but it's not so much fun when you lose it.
If you live by John Elway, you will die by John Elway, and that's been true since they didn't draft him in 1983. Was Joe Flacco a mistake? I don't know. Was paying $23 million for a below average quarterback a mistake? I don't know. I'm just one of these people who expect that if you get paid that much money in the NFL, you're gonna solve problems. You will be a solution to a problem. And so far, Joe Flacco hasn't been a solution to jack. Has he been the problem? No. Has he solved problems? No. At $23 million, I expect you to solve problems. I don't know where I get that notion from. I think maybe it's from the fact that you're getting paid $23 million. You're getting paid more than Von Miller. And I know Von Miller doesn't have a sack this season. No one does on the defense. Really great hire there, Vic Fangio, defensive genius. No sacks, no takeaways. 3 games into the season. It's the first time they've started the season 0-3 in 20 years. They're in the middle of one of the worst losing streaks in franchise history. They just overspent on a quarterback and picked a defensive genius as their next coach. Really starting to wonder why on earth Vic Fangio wasn't able to get a job for 4 decades. So, were any of these things mistakes? Depends on who you ask. If you ask John Elway, or anybody who has their head up John Elway's butthole, no, none of these things are mistakes. If you ask anyone else, yes, it's a damn catastrophe. Will the Broncos lose to yet another quarterback who was drafted way late and yet still somehow found his way into the NFL ecosystem due to hard work and diligence? It would appear so. Gardner Minshew and his beautiful 70s porn stash are going to the Broncos up. Unless, of course, their elite level defense. Wait, no. Not the, hold on. Broncos elite level secondary, no. All right, okay. Maybe about the Broncos pass rush. Take the Broncos and the under. I'm picking the Broncos again. I'm 0 for 3, obviously. Picking the Broncos to win games this season. But I can't spend any more social equity telling the truth in Denver, where I live. So pick the Broncos.